Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining me here on the WITN First Alert Desk, and Dustin as well. Good morning to you. Hope you're all having a wonderful Friday morning. TGIF, we've made it to the end of the week, and we have made it, we're getting closer and closer to this wild weekend of weather.
That's a good way to put it. That's a good way to put the wild weekend, wet, windy weather.
Yeah, nice alliteration there with all
seriously.
the W's.
But yeah, I mean, the way things are going right now, I mean, it's still going to be wet. It's still going to be seeing. The only issues is the wind. If we didn't have a lot of wind with this, it would just be some steady rain.
Regular, rainstorm. But you know, we do have a story. We've been talking MumFest all week. WITN is a proud sponsor of MumFest, and Dustin and I, we have plans to be out there if everything holds together.
Hope
but
so.
We do know that the MumFest organizers, they're going to be meeting today, and they're going to be sharing a statement online at 10 a.m. regarding the status of what MumFest is going to look like this weekend, with all of the impending rain and wind and all of that wonderful weather for the weekend. So be sure to stay up to date with us. We'll be on air online having all of those new details, especially when we do hear what their decision is around 10 o'clock this morning. But before they decide whether or not they're going to do it, we have been talking a lot about MumFest and all of the different preparations that they've been doing ahead of this weekend. And some of the residents actually were able to go out and enjoy some of the decorations and things that are already out there and all set up. So we do have a story about some senior citizens in New Bern who were able to check out what's been set up and what's going on so far.
Sounds
good. Let's take a look.
Of rapid slides and Ferris wheels to the smell of candy apples and popcorn, all signs point towards a weekend of fun in store in New Bern. Mary Ellen Kinney lives near where all the action will happen and looks forward to seeing it unfold.
Watching the kids and just seeing neighbors and new people, and just people are happy. You know, it's not a time that people are sad or anything. You just see them having a fun time.
Kinney grew up going to the festival and has enjoyed watching it evolve over time.
We see an improvement of the vendors coming this year. Last year there were not as many, but it's more upbeat this time, more bands.
Carolina Senior Care brought its participants to Union Point Park Thursday to take group pictures before the large crowds take to the streets. Supervisor Liesl Caden says she loves how unifying the festival is.
So I personally love coming out to MumFest. I love seeing all of the artisans. I love seeing the community. I love seeing the downtown streets hustling and bustling. It kind of is like a bright spot with everything so dark and heavy in the world. It's just that reminder of this is what life truly is about, coming together, enjoying community, celebrating the good things, even if it's something as small as a mum.
I think it's really great that they were able to get out there. The weather was nice yesterday to take some photos by that the Mum Arch that they have every year, looking beautiful this year. A lot of fun rides that are set up. Hopefully, fingers crossed, they'll have an opportunity to get on those rides at some point, but things are not looking too promising right now in regards to the weather.
No, it's not. I was actually down there on Wednesday. I was down there on Tuesday, and they were still setting stuff up downtown.
Nice.
And I think Haley Hollinger, our reporter, she was down there one afternoon. I saw her. She was.
You saw her around.
She was running around and doing all this sort of stuff. But no, I mean, it's exciting to go down there. Of course, you were reporting it last year, or were you there?
I did not go last
year,
okay. But I was in Greenville. I don't know what I was doing that weekend.
I got you. Yeah, it was pretty nice last year and the year before that as well. But yeah, this is the weekend we had to just ruin for everything. Anyway.
Obviously all eyes are still on this forecast. All eyes are on what their decision is going to be. So yet again, 10 a.m. is when we'll be hearing a decision of whether of how this is going to impact the festival, whether it's going to be rescheduled or going to stay holding up or canceled. We will see we'll see what happens. But be sure to tune in to us with that decision.
It doesn't feel great that I'm like held responsible for this forecast.
I know,
like,
it stinks where you feel like you're the reason, but it is for safety. I know that Mullet Fest in Swansboro was also scheduled for this weekend, and they ended up canceling it due to the weather forecast. So it's all in safety. I know it's definitely not an easy decision to make, but for everyone to be safe, for everyone to, take care of themselves, I think that's really important to discuss.
Absolutely. So let's dive into that, shall we? Let's get into it this morning. 50s is our friend outside, even some 60s out there for sure. Not seeing much in the way of any 40s out there. We thought we'd get 40. I don't think we're going to see any 40. I mean, Roanoke Rapids, you've had a solid 50 degrees still, but I would imagine some outlining areas outside of north of Hertford County probably are seeing Halifax County as well. But for the most part, again, staying some pretty good conditions. Traffic moving along just fine in Arlington Boulevard here in Greenville. Back towards Stewart's Parkway, looking pretty good. See the flags down there whipping away already, so it means we're already starting to see some of those winds begin to slowly move in right now, gusting anywhere between 20 and 40 miles an hour for a lot of places along the coast this morning. We're going to be seeing more gust of wind continue to go towards the area as we go towards later tomorrow and Sunday especially, as that low passes on by for us for now, but sustained winds 10 to 15 miles an hour. Radar is quiet this morning, which is some good news, but the coastal low is still south of us here along the coast of Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. That's going to get a little spin to it, but it's not developing into a tropical system. It's non-tropical, basically, not imposing a threat for anything. But speaking of tropics, we got Tropical Storm Jerry, 8 o'clock advisory came in. Forecast will still hold a tropical storm as it passes by Bermuda. Looks like Bermuda might actually be scathed by this storm now. Kind of reminds me of the track that Amelia did, kind of just making that hard right turn out to sea. So, except this is further away from us. So some good news with that. And then we've got subtropical storm Karen. Again, this is, by the way, the first storm that has formed this far north in the deep Atlantic. So we've never had a storm form this far out. So probably not going to amount to anything. It's just pretty much creating a large rip current risk probably along the coast of the United Kingdom there. But for the rest of the area here, first alert weather day remains in effect for tomorrow. We'll time things out today, looking pretty good with that in mind. Nothing that's going to be impending your evening festivities. Football looking pretty good. Tomorrow morning, though, by 8, 9 o'clock, here comes the rain, and heavy at times. It could result in some possible inland flooding, coastal flooding for sure. Something to be mindful of all day tomorrow. Just don't go anywhere. If you don't have to be out, just stay home all day tomorrow and watch a movie or read a book or something. I don't know.
Yeah, good time to do any maybe cleaning inside. I know that's a big thing that I like to do when it's raining outside. I'm like, okay, I'm stuck inside. I should probably clean my place.
There you go. Be a little productive. That's the good way to put it. So that's the good idea to do that. Coastal flood watches and advisories are up for most of the coastal counties there along the Pamlico Sound, along portions of the Pungo River too. So even down towards the Carteret and coastal Onslow County right there. Winds again out of the north and northeast today, 10 to 20 miles an hour. Tomorrow morning, 20 to 25 miles along the coast. And then later Saturday night to Sunday, this is really things get a little bit iffy because this wind could get cranking up, and that's where things could get a little bit dicey Sunday morning as that low exits off the shoreline and then bring back some higher wind gusts there late Sunday evening. So be mindful of that. So tomorrow, though, today looking pretty okay. No issues with that. But tomorrow morning, once we get going post sunrise in the afternoon, again, everything's going to be just blowing around. Inflatables, take those down. Take everything, loose objects. Make sure you got, if you got tents up, stake them in the ground as far as you can get them in. And then by Sunday morning, still dealing with that, so watch out for the possibility of some power outages. We can't rule that out either, but doesn't look like a massive flood event, at least for the inland locations, but for the coastal spots possibly with that too. 2 to 4 inches, maybe some higher amounts possible, but nothing too out of the ordinary when we get these these non-tropical systems that do form over our coastal spots. High risk of rip currents all around for the beaches, so don't go in the water today, stay out of the water. And again, Friday night football looking pretty nice all around with that. Forecast, though, for the next 8 days, again, we'll see 70s stick around for the next several days. No 80s for a while. We may not see 80s for a long stretch, at least right now. No 90s either, but this weekend, just kind of stay tuned to the forecast each day. We'll have updates for you online and on air.
All right, awesome. Well, thank you so much for the updates, Dustin. And thank you all for joining us this morning. Hope you all have a safe, wonderful weekend. Even if you're just enjoying spending time inside with family, friends, maybe a good puzzle, movie, book. Do whatever you need to enjoy yourselves. But also have a wonderful day today. It sounds like today is the day to go outside if you want to do that.
To get out there, yeah.
Yep, absolutely. All right, well, have a great weekend. Have a great Friday. I'll see you on Monday. You can catch Dustin this weekend. He'll be tracking this wet weather that we have.
And I'm back Monday, too.
All right, we'll see you Monday. All right, have a good one, everyone.
This hour of the WITN First Alert Desk is sponsored by Toyota of Goldsboro.